Jordan Dickinson with Union Speed and Style. It's a 1947 Knucklehead, completely hand fabricated. So the only thing that's actually original Harley on it is the engine and the front forks. Everything else was handmade from scratch. So we started with making all the neck, forgings and the engine mounts and all that stuff. All that stuff's handmade. We bent all the tubes from scratch. So the whole concept with the bike was to try and build like an early 40s, late 30s factory concept / race bike. So with that, we tried to stay within the confines of similar construction and style aesthetic as what would have been available at the time. It's a 4-speed transmission. It's a Cal custom case. We actually ran with that because it's got some ribbing on the case. It kind of looks like an old supercharger. I thought that looked kind of cool, so we ran with that. Yep, the exhaust is all from scratch. These little bell ends, my buddy Matt Olson makes. He does a lot of Knucklehead restoration. So these are a restoration part for old Knucklehead exhaust. And typically they just run on the front side of the exhaust, but we doubled them up, so we made similar to how the early style was, but a little bit different. So it's an old RL front end, but we cut apart all the lower trees and the spring mounts and stuff. Had a buddy of mine machine out those pieces an inch narrower from stock, put it back together. So it's the original style, but it's an inch narrower. So these riser clamps are off of like an old JD style. Wanted to kind of have that early vibe to it. So a little bit more almost hill climber-ish style bar, sort of. All internal throttle. Just wanted to keep everything real clean. I love the gas tank. That's probably my favorite part. With the dash and all the little details we put into that, I really enjoy doing that portion of it. It's actually one-piece tank, but I wanted to make it look like an old set of split tanks, so we made a dash for it. That's what this nickel piece is. Just kind of a little bit extra flair. So we won the Harley Design Team Award. Feels fucking great. I mean, to get an award like this from the Harley Design Team, they're looking at bikes all day, every day. I mean, they know what they're looking at. So like, if you're gonna get it from anybody, those are the guys to get it from. So, anytime you're doing something like this, one-off, real custom, you go through a lot of failure throughout the whole process. Whether you're making a tank or a fender or any of that stuff, there's a lot of shit that ends up in the scrap heap. So just getting stuff to look exactly how I wanted was challenging at times, because you might make something and then it's not quite right, so start over and do something else, But